Hello guys, here's the demo of version 1.2.0 of the coprocessor CLI. So we'll be starting with checking a list of possible commands that the CLI makes available to us. So with this we have a list of available commands. One is to register, create, start DevNet environment, stop DevNet environment, check the status of the server downloading our program. Then the next is to deploy, and finally we have the address book. So the first thing we'd like to do is to create. So to create, we'll call the command. So with this, we'll pass the name of our DApp and also the template we want to create. So with this, we have SRC folder. The SRC folder contains the JavaScript code for our regular Cartesi program. Then it contains this contracts folder for our Foundry project. And as I was saying, it comes automatically with a default my.contract.so. And we have here the coprocessor based contract library, and this is already inheriting it and also already calling some basic functions. So all you just need to do is to start editing the content of this file with your own app logic. So it simplifies this entire process for the users. And after this, I already have a program written out already. So to save time, I'll just replace the contents of this file with this program. So now that we've replaced the content of this file, let's go straight to testing the CLI out properly. This will be demoing with a DevNet environment. So what we first will do is to start the DevNet. The start DevNet program command basically is going to attempt to build the containers for DevNet. So it's designed in a way that it automatically pulls the latest changes to the container and builds the latest changes. So if there's any change to the DevNet container, it's automatically going to sync with it as long as there's no breaking changes. And with this, we now have our DevNet environment running successfully. So the next thing, we could check our Docker, and we have everything here running. We now have our DevNet environment ready. So the next thing we'd like to do is to register our program. So run the command to register, you pass in an email address. Then the network, if it's testnet, devnet, or mainnet. So basically it's done building. Then you run the CLI tool to generate the car files. Then the next thing is doing is uploading to Web3 storage, and it's done. The next thing it's doing is calling the coprocessor task manager and asking it to start this download process. From time to time, we could check the status of the download process by calling the command. So when you call this command, it's able to tell you for your machine hash if the task manager is ready, if it's not downloading your program. So initially it just started download. Now we know it's ready, and we can proceed with that command we'd like to execute. So for this, I think the next command we should be executing is to try to deploy our Solidity program. We'll pass the contract name, and for our case, the contract name is contract color. The next thing, we'll pass the network DevNet. If you want to deploy to mainnet, it's going to require a lot of other arguments, or testnet. It's going to require us to pass an RPC and also a private key. But since it's DevNet, we already have the RPC for DevNet, and we're using the default address that comes with found Anvil basically to deploy this program. But if you like to change this, it's up to you. You can also pass the argument that RPC or dash private key, and passing the private key of your choice. But if you don't, you're using the default. And next thing, before we forget, another optional command is constructor argument. So we could pass that in by just calling the constructor args. So all you just have to do now is just paste as much constructor argument as you have, separate them by a single space, and you hit enter. So for our case, for this contract, the constructor argument are the coprocessor address and the machine hash. So if you go to our previous tool, then do address book, we have our machine hash here, and also the tax issue for DevNet. So we copy this, paste this here. Then the next thing you're doing is to also copy the machine hash, paste, then we hit enter. And with this, we've successfully deployed this Solidity program. And we're also writing or logging each deployment to a deployment file. So once you run a deployment, you get this file deployment history, and it contains JSON files of all the deployments you've done, titled with the dates and time of each of these deployments. So with this, you can have a record of your previous deployment and the address in case if you need them later on. So with this tool, we've been able to Bootstrap folder, a folder or a repository for our program. We've also been able to register our backend Cartesi program, register it with the task manager for DevNet, start up a DevNet environment, and also deploy SOAT contracts for our Cartesi program.